You're ugly. You're ugly. You're completely cooked. You're undesirable. And I know that may sound ironic coming from the mayor of Chop City here, but if you're watching this, more than likely you're not lacking in the physical department. What you're lacking is an inner beauty. And that's the biggest reason why you can't find anything genuine, any love with any substance in 2025. Because you coming at relationships, at situations from a very immature, superficial, degenerate mindset, and you have such a pessimistic view of relationships. You always think of it as something that's transactional. Oh, I have this, so that person should want me. Oh, I have this, so that person should desire me. Listen, fellas, just because you got muscles, just because you got money, just because you got height, doesn't mean you're deserving of any love. And for females out there, just because you look good, got a nice body, might have some nice hair, right, doesn't mean that you're entitled to any type of love from a man. You thinking that, hey, I should get the top tier treatment because I have these qualities, but it doesn't work like that. How are you going to use your resources to help cater to that other person? You always thinking, oh, relationships are either 50-50, 100-0. No, relationships are 100-100. Both partners are competing to give maximum effort towards each other. That's the only way a relationship works. You have to follow through the foundations of what God laid out for you, how you should operate within a relationship. It doesn't say anything in the Bible that a man deserves to buy you a Mercedes Benz just because you got a fat ass. It doesn't say that, bro. It does not say that. So why are you expecting all these things from somebody when you're giving them very little in return? That's the thing. You don't have any substance. You don't have anything to offer. You don't have any emotional intelligence. You don't have any maturity. You don't have any understanding. You're not able to see things from their perspective. And that's why you're struggling to find someone who really wants you. That's why you're struggling to find someone who is willing to take you seriously, because you don't have the ability to cater to that person. You don't have the ability to add anything to their life besides maybe sexual gratification. That's it. That's all you're really adding to that person's life. And sometimes it's not even that. What you need to do in order to get better situations, get better relationships in your life, you need to take a step back and reevaluate where you're lacking, right? Because I'm gonna be honest, bro, I've never seen someone with an attractive personality or an attractive face appearance struggle to find love. I've never seen someone with an attractive personality and attractive face struggle to find love. Why? Because they have the emotional intelligence, the capacity, the understanding, the maturity to be able to develop a genuine relationship. And that's the thing where you're lacking. You don't have what it takes to develop a genuine relationship. It has nothing to do with looks, bro. It doesn't matter if you're not 6 feet. It doesn't matter if you don't have muscles. It doesn't matter if you don't have designer. It doesn't matter if you don't have that new BBL. It doesn't matter if, you don't have your nails done, hair done, whatever. You don't have curly hair, blue eyes, whatever, tan skin. It does not matter. Because when it comes down to a relationship, when it comes down to building a family, when it comes down to building something long term where you guys are literally going to be together to the end of time and you die together, that stuff is irrelevant. That stuff is going to fade. What matters is how you're going to cater to your partner, how you're going to use your resources, you're going to use your character, you're going to use your mindset to be able to help that person and build a strong connection with them through the end of time. What matters is how you're going to show up for them when they can't show up for themselves. What matters is how you're going to be able to be a person that's going to get them through hard times. What matters is how you're going to maneuver and how you're going to regulate your emotions through thick and thin, because it's going to be hard. building a long-term relationship is always going to be hard, but you're so used to superficial, degenerate things. You're so used to adding superficial qualities to your life that you don't think about the long term. You just think about what's going to give you short-term gratification. And with that mindset, you're not going to get anywhere where you want to be. So stop thinking of the relationships in a selfish way, because that's all you're ever going to end up in, selfish situations that seemingly only are built to serve you. You're not thinking about ways to serve the other person, because if you did, you would have the person you want right now, because you're not chopped, bro. Like, you're not chopped. You don't have anything physically wrong with you, right? What's wrong with you is what's on the inside. You're not thinking of relationships in the mindset that you should. You're not following the practices that God laid out for us. You're not building anything sustainable. You're just building something that will serve you temporarily. And unfortunately, that will just continue to make you cycle through trauma and make it even worse for you in the end. Because you're not going to be someone who has that optimistic view of relationships, able to come into relationships with a more genuine mindset, with a more understanding mindset, with a mindset to be able to see things from another perspective. You're always going to think about yourself. Me. You know, how is this going to serve me, right? And that's not fair to the other person. So you're always going to be in unfair situations. So from here on out, if you're watching this, if you're struggling to find love, take a step back, look in the mirror, reevaluate yourself, and ask yourself, do I really have what it takes to have someone to want to be with me for the long term? Or have I just added aspects into my life that bring people temporary satisfaction when it comes to dealing with me? Just think about that.